Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger, and we're here with yet another installment of our Tips and Tricks series, this time detailing Captain America and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So in this video, as always, we're going to go over command normals, super specials, and all that. Some other things I really want to talk about is how he's just dripping with invulnerability, pretty much more than any other character in this game. He has invulnerability just coming out of his pores. He's definitely one of the more defensive-minded characters in this game. And fun stuff like how to create mix-ups with them, with other characters, and a whole bunch more. So anyways, without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, to quickly go over command normals, first up we have Power Swing, that's just forward and Fierce Punch. This is an important command normal for combos, and just so you know, it does cause a bit of a blowback state here on hit. And it combos directly into our next guy here, which is the Shield Bash, which is down forward Fierce Punch. So we can go for our Power Swing, right into Shield Bash, as you can see there. Now, Shield Bash, despite everything your brain's screaming at you, is not a low. It looks like a low, but it isn't, unfortunately. But it is part of the important chain of this, that, and to sweep, which is very important for your combos. Now, forward and light kick gives you the leaping kick, which is this guy here. Now, it's actually more important than it looks like. And also, just going off looks again, looks like an overhead, unfortunately not an overhead. So between that and this, a bit misleading visually, but it is what it is, I guess. But the leap kick is special cancelable, and you can use it to either cancel early to get to an aerial shield slash, you can see here. So I'm canceling move before it connects, which is much faster than, jumping and doing it normally. Or you can do it while it hits, and then you'll get the aerial version of shield slash, but as you see here, you land before it comes back. And then from there you can go into a combo. If it's blocked, you can just down back or block or whatever, how you choose to block. And the enemy, they're not allowed to hit a button, because if they hit a button, the shield slash is going to hit them on the way back. Because the shields will dissipate or otherwise, not connect if you're hit out of it. But as long as you're blocking, the shield is still active, and if it comes back, hits them on the other side, that's really gonna get them good. And from the range this works at, it's got a bit of lateral range here. So if he connects, great, combo time. And if not, block for a second. See if they want to be aggressive, because if they hit a button, shield's gonna hit them in the back, and then it's combo time again anyways. Air chop is down light punch in the air, and honestly it's a bit of combo filler. It does do more damage than your standard light punch, but that's kind of all it really offers. Now the middle kick is simply tap light kick again after your first light kick, and you get this guy right here. Now it also works from crouching light kick, so it also it's going to be used quite a bit in combos, just as an extender, help hit confirm, and the fact that it works off a low, it's pretty handy to have. And as for the last command normal, this is an important one for combos. It's actually quite critical for most combos. Air raid kick, not simply forward and fierce kick in the air. Now one little trick about this, it doesn't care, it says forward, it doesn't care what forward you use. So if in your air you can use down forward or up forward, and you get both. So say you're going for a combo, and you're looking for a double jump combo, you can simply, on your first jump, hold up forward, and then do, say, light kick, fierce kick, and you'll get light kick into the command normal, like this. And from there, then you can cancel that into your second jump and go from there. But just handy little tricks, just so you don't have to hit up forward or forward, up forward in quick succession. It's giving you less inputs than you need to get the same stuff. So Captain America's iconic move is the shield slash. So he simply tosses his shield and boomerangs back. So the light punch version here has lateral movement, and heavy punch version has a bit more of an anti-air flare, and it is air okay as well. So same for the air for both buttons. So this move can natural combo from a distance. So as it boomerangs back, it will combo into itself. But if we do it a bit closer, not so much. There's even enough time, like Ghost Rider, you can just jump out. So that's not going to really scare people up front, or could it? So there's a downside and an upside here. So Captain America, say we're going to toss her in front of Ghost Rider's face, and then it comes from back slowly. If we get hit, the hitbox for the shield is gone now. It is no longer an active move. It'll just kind of harmlessly come back to Captain America. Now, if, say, we block that attack now, which we'll try one more time here. There we go. See, we get an effective block. So if we block, that hitbox is still active. It's only if we get hit. If we get hit but block, the shield remains active, and from that return, you know, you can get all sorts of combos. So it's a bit of a baiting game. Like for this and trick shield, which we'll go into in a minute, you can toss it out, block a little bit, and then kind of wait for it to see what your opponent's going to react. A very aggressive opponent can absolutely kill themselves on your defense. With Captain America, which kind of plays to his state of a very defensive character. Now on that shield note, next up is the trick shield. So it is only the differential is the angle. So light kick comes at this angle, heavy kick comes at this angle. So just like the regular shield slash, the move is very active. So like we can do all sorts of stuff while it's coming back, including, once again, defending ourselves. And over-aggressive opponents will kind of kill themselves on the move, and when it comes out, you know, then it's time for full combos. And we can just kind of go from there. So this move is very, very good for just letting the opponent hang themselves and just kind of testing what their reactions are going to be. And if it hits, hey, combo time. And itself is also very useful in combos. For most combos you can do, it kind of doesn't really matter. Go into launcher and go to heavy kick trick shield. You'll get your knockdown, you can dash up and go for combos from there. Now, for the charging star, once again, as always, light punch and heavy punch versions. That's quarter circle back and one of the two punches. So it kind of dictates your range and your hits. So light punch is a single hit no matter what, and the heavy punch is multi-hits. So one thing about it is this move destroys projectiles. Now, that said, you do gotta watch out for multi-hitting projectiles. So you can like break, say, the first hit of Gamora's gunshot, but you know the next ones are going to kind of land on your face and still hit you, unfortunately. This move is a very important combo ender because you're usually going to go from this right into your super. Now that said, a lot of times depending on your distance, it is a bit more difficult to get all of the Fierce Punch charging star. So for most combos, you're generally going to do the light version as it does all of its damage in one hit, versus the multi-hitting Fierce Punch version, which kind of scales stuff harder and can make certain extensions a bit more difficult, but try it at your leisure, see which one works for you. But personally, for most times, I just use the light punch version in my combos. Now, Stars and Stripes is his Dragon Punch style move, that is down, down, and one of the two punches. Punch both affects damage, let's see here, and also height. Now, for combo ability, this move is full invincible, just so. Combo ability, it's much easier to get off the light punch version. But the light punch version also has a bit of a hitbox issue. It only really works besides people, so say we take one step back and we whiff from there. Heavy punch version, not so much a problem. It's got a crazy big hitbox. It hits people from roughly this far away. But once again, it's a bit harder to hit combos off of. Liberty Shock is his counter move. That's quarter circle back, light kick, or fierce kick. So as you can see here, definitely a bit more of an anti-air flare on the fierce kick version. And this is a counter hit, but just so you know, it doesn't really matter what hits it. So, like, that was a gunshot, and you can see here it has a deceptively long range for its hitbox. So Gamora can kind of just shoot her gun, if we can do this properly here. One more try. There we go. And you can hit from very far away. And the same deal here with the airborne version. Now, see here, that launches up quite a bit. So you're going to have to tailor your combos a little bit for them. The light kick version, you can pretty much do any standard ground combo for the most part. It's not too difficult. The heavy kick version, you're probably going to have to do jump cancels, or depending on your partner might be more suited to getting some damage off that. Now, the super moves, I'm just going to go over them quite quickly. First up is Hypercharging Star. So this move is invincible, but only once the move is active. So the very start up of the move is here, counter hit, not active. So, but once the cinematic starts, then everything from that point on is invincible. And it does cause an OTG OK state, if done raw, so you can get follow-ups. Stars and Stripe is basically his Dragon Punch super, and this is invincible all the way. Like, you see here, before the cinematic even played out, the bolt still went completely through, and Captain America just kind of trucks on through, nothing's going to stop him, and this move also quite comboable. So some people can, you know, take a bit more advantage of it than others, but definitely get combo follow-up, which is good on an invincible move. And finally, Unyielding Justice, level 3, quite short range. Nothing crazy to write home about. As always with all level 3s, it is invincible. The one thing I can say, if you got an overabundance of bar to spend, If you manage to hit him with a raw charging star, since we did mention it had that OTG OK state, we can just use that OTG and go right into our level 3. 4 bars, sure, but you know, the damage, it's gonna work out. So the backflip I feel is important enough to warrant its own section. This move, and I'm gonna keep on with a running theme here, dripping with invincibility. So, you know, hey Gamora, see you on the other side. And speaking of actually of exactly that, see you on the other side, this move is a side switching move. And not only that, it can steal sides in the corner. And in this game, that's actually incredibly rare because, you know, the corner is meant to be protected. Like, I can't just jump over and take your side from you. So, you know, the idea of, at the very least, you know, you have to worry about, like, high-low, sure, in the corner, but at least you don't have to worry about left-right mix-ups. And Captain America says, no, you gotta worry about left-right mix-ups. And he can make a left-right mix-up out of basically anything with a tag. So, you know, Chun-Li has Kokoken, right? It's a very simple move. But with Captain America and a backflip in the mix, you know, Captain America can turn seemingly innocuous projectile into a left-right mix-up. And that's just Chun-Li, for example. Like, someone like Nemesis, whose projectile causes, you know, a knockdown you can get a combo from. You know, that becomes a lot more scarier when you have something like Captain America to force that to be a left-right mix-up instead of just, you know, block a projectile like normal. So, Captain America is a highly defensive character in a game with not too much active defense. So the shield slashes and trick shields, you're allowed to block and potentially get a combo while you're blocking. So much invincibility, you know, both versions of the DP have invincibility, and that's a normal with no bar. That is incredibly rare. Only a handful of characters have any amount of invincibility without spinning any bar. The hypercharging star is invincible after the cinematic plays out. The superstars and stripes is invincible even before the cinematic plays out, and obviously level 3 is playing has also, you know, the usual amount of level 3 invincibility. So he can promote a defensive playstyle that a lot of characters can't. And due to this, you definitely want to, you know, like you always want to look at, you know, what partner you have and what can bring out of a character. But I feel him more than most. So you want to pick a partner that can be like, oh, you know, who can convert off a regular, you know, DP. So someone like Chun-Li, yeah, she can. So that's pretty handy, right? Not everyone can to any satisfactory degree. And that's just a DP, but you know, just the fact in this game, as it is, normally in like a Street Fighter or something like that, doing that DP getting blocked, you're dead. But in this game, you get blocked, you know, oh well, tag out, you know, pressure the other character, and Captain America gets to retreat safely. But where I keep want to harping on this is you want to maximize that if you get that hit, because you can convert that, you know, partner depending, into full combo. And you really want to focus on that. And like, you know, just so much defensive play, like, you know, Reality Stone spammer, charging star through it, not a big deal. If you really call it ahead of time, you know, willing to burn that bar, Harpo charging star, it does fling full screen as you see here, so you only really get combos in the corner. But, you know, even then, like say we think about our partners. So we do that, we knock him full screen, and we can tag in Doctor Strange. He teleports to the other side. He can pick up the character where someone like a Chun-Li really couldn't. So you really got to think on what the defensive aspects of Captain America, who is going to be your partner from that. And for you, honestly, I'm not going to give you all the answers because I don't know myself, unfortunately. But think who can benefit from a lot of this invincibility and defensive aspects, and who can help amplify it. So I just want to apply some methodology on how you should be using Trick Shield. So overall, for the most part, the Furious Kick version is much more useful than the Light Kick version, other than one aspect of range. So from here, the Heavy Kick version won't hit, but the Light Kick version will go full screen. But the Heavy Kick version can cause a lot of mind games. So once again, as I mentioned earlier, so you obviously get to defend, like as he tosses out, he can move all sorts of stuff, right? And that kind of brings in a little fun trick. So we can do this, and say we wait for it. If we do the cartwheel, like it'll collect it, but you can hit some angles here where the shield will want to keep following you around. So it is a bit difficult to kind of get the perfect angle here where it won't hit them the first time around, but until that shield comes back to Captain America, it is active the whole time. So if you can manage to like jump over it and then like cartwheel through it, it is a bit tricky to get some of the timing there, as you can see, especially without hitting. We got our dummy Ghost Rider here first, but just keep in mind as long as you are in the air or on the ground, doesn't matter. As long as it hasn't gotten you back to you yet, that whole time that shield is active. And with that in mind too, just some other offensive-minded things. So you toss it out, it cannot hit a standing foe. And, you know, a lot of times you just want to toss it, tag in, then, you know, do whatever. And, you know, the enemy is, for the most part, if they're smart, you know, they're not going to hit buttons, because if they, you know, do something, they might get counter hit, or, you know, the shield's going to hit them. So with that in mind, you can get, you know, some really sneaky stuff. Like, so right now here, if you can see, we got the Mind Stone, so that's the command grab stone. So we can do our trick shield, tag out, they want to block, and then we can go for a Mind Stone. So let's try that here one more time without having Chun-Li actually hit. And so, you know, that creates a defensive mindset the enemy wants to be in. Like, oh, you know, I better not hit anything because I'll get hit by the trick shield and get comboed. And, you know, that whole time, they're going to be blocking. So basically, I'm just trying to say, you know, expand your mindset, because this is a great pressure tool. Like, a lot of times, you're not even expecting it to hit. You're just trying to pressure the opponent into giving you a tell. Like, maybe they want to go crazy and attack you before it comes through. Because, you know, if they do hit you, that will lose its active property and it'll just come back harmlessly. But, you know, some people, they're just going to freeze up. And, you know, when they freeze up, you know, perfect time to get a command throw. Or, you know, go for a high-low mix-up or what have you. So that concludes our video for now. Just Captain America is very fun. I keep harping on it, I'm sorry, but I really like seeing a lot of defensive options in this game. Marvel, very famous for being a crazy offensive game. So seeing a character that has a lot of defensive possibilities is very interesting to me, because, you know, I grew up like an E-Honda player, right? So defense is kind of the nature of my gameplay. So I like seeing what Captain America has to offer. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it found you well. Go out and play some Marvel.
Love